You've tuned into Lummi Nation News. I'm Henry Hilaire. Thank you for joining us. In this episode, we talk with elder and veteran Uncle Jack Kagi, who's here to talk with us about Stomach. And we give you a brief listing on the things that are going on during Stomach weekend.
Okay, my name is Jack Kagi. My Indian name is Totalton, and I'm 81 years old, and I've lived on the Lummi Reservation most of my life. I was in the service for 4 years. Relocation program, I was gone for 4 years, almost 5, and I stayed in Seattle for 5 years, so I was gone for quite a while from the reservation.
Where did you serve?
I served in the U.S. Air Force, and before all that happened, I grew up here in Lummi. During the war, I lived in Seattle for 4 years also. And when I came home in Lummi when I was 12 years old from Seattle, and there was nothing here, nothing, plain nothing. Fishing is what all there was. And in about 1946, the returning veterans from World War II came home, started coming home, getting discharged. There was just nothing to do. So I guess they got together and formed John H. Kittle's Post 33 and recruited all the veterans that were coming home. They decided to build a center for themselves. So in order to build a center, they needed some kind of income. So they said, well, let's start a festival, war canoe racing. They got busy and invited all the tribes up and down the Fraser Valley and up and down Vancouver Island, on Puget Sound. Ended up with quite a few canoes, about 25, 30 canoes. And they decided to put it on in June. June was their month to do the Stomach, because the Canadians are already doing their racing.
Yeah.
And so they picked June as their month to race, right after Cultus Lake. Cultus Lake was the first week in June. So they got busy and invited a carnival up here. It was kind of an old carnival, but it worked. It was cheap. Mm-hmm. And they decided to barbecue salmon and have salmon dinners and sell salmon and hamburgers. And then they invited the Sahel organizations to come and have Sahel tournament here at Lummi. So they got busy and provided what they call muckus for the visiting canoe captains and their crew, which consisted of maybe a sack of potatoes, 8 or 10 loaves of bread, coffee, sugar, whatever meat they could muster. Mm-hmm. Uncle Vic had a bunch of beef cattle, so he killed a couple of those and bagged it up for meat for the visitors, and they could make stew or whatever out of it. Mm-hmm. And so they did the best they could to provide whatever they could to the visitors. And then they closed the roads off to earn some more money by charging $1 for a carload. And that went over pretty good, $1 a carload. And posted a couple of men on each gate. They'd bring them money in every hour on the hour to the cashier. And it worked real good. And when the carnival got here, they negotiated with the carnival boss, and he promised to give them $1,500 to bring this carnival in. And that went over pretty good, so they got $1,500 and they set his carnival up. They got
No news is good news.
50% of the gate of the carnival.
Oh,
Yeah, 50% of that, and the carnival kept that at 50. They like that.
yeah. Mhm.
And so that all helped provide prize money for the canoes.
Mhm.
The ladies, they organized a princess contest, and the girls sold tickets for the princess contest, $1 a ticket. And girls got busy. They'd have maybe 4 or 5 contestants, and they'd go out and sell tickets as fast as they could and make money.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty good money maker.
Mhm.
And they'd make anywhere from $1,800 to $2,000 on that.
Want
ticket.
a race? Yeah.
To give the Legion money to start up the buying hamburger and buns and plates and silverware and all that stuff that goes with it
Mhm.
for the dinner,
Mhm.
and napkins and all that. We hired some couple of guys to go out and sell sponsors from Bellingham to get a little piece of advertising on our agenda,
Mhm.
Thomas book. That was real good too. Some guys would spend $50, $100, $20 to get their picture on advertising their business, like
Yeah.
Jaegers, J.C. Penney, Sears, and all the little restaurants and all. That went good.
Mhm.
So our people were kind of like natural money makers.
Mhm.
They knew how to sell items, sell things, and they kept track of where they got it from. Thanked the sponsors for buying into their program.
Mhm.
Oh, that's what it was, the program. Told each Saturday and Sunday what the races were. Canoe races were going to start.
Mhm.
Sunday the races would start. We had a modern dance for the young people,
Mhm.
and they bought into that real good. They liked to dance. Slough players, they gambled all night, but they never did give any money to
Mhm.
the Legion. They just prize money back and forth for the
Mhm.
participants.
Mhm.
That brought people in
Mhm.
to see the carnival, to see the races. So that went out for 1946 till now.
Mhm.
And about 10 years after the Legion started, the Stomachs and the old people, the veterans are getting too old to participate, and the kind of guys will back away. In 1969, the tribe hired me and Jimmy Wilson to run the Stomachs, and we did the best we could. We ran it for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
And we did it the same way the Legion did it, the same way almost every year.
Mhm.
And then I kind of backed away and let Jimmy have it. And he brought his family in and they helped him. And they did a good job. They did the same way the Legion did it.
Mm-hmm.
Turned the money over to the tribe, into the establishment. Whatever money they made, anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 or 3,000.
Yeah.
After expenses and paying for all the stuff we bought for dinner, and hamburger stand, and pop,
Mm-hmm.
all that. Then they got a little bit of donation from the artists that put up their tables.
Yeah.
I think they were charging $25 a day.
Yeah.
We got that. We decided to, when Jim and I were running it, we decided to put a chain link fence around the establishment grounds.
Mm-hmm.
We went ahead and hired Sears to come in and put it up. We got it put up and we were just gonna come around and enclose the whole establishment ground. And Bart and Betty Finkbonner came and stopped us right there where they are now. It used to be the restaurant that Big Jones put up. Stopped it right there. She said, "My mother gave me this land, so you guys can't use it no more."
Mm-hmm.
So they fenced it off right there. And then this other end here, the western end, we kept that. Barbara really had a 200-foot section that they got for her property.
Yeah.
We enclosed. We didn't enclose the rest of it. We left it open. And pretty soon after a while, Vic and Edith passed away. And Bart and Betty moved her son in there, and now they got that salmon business down there, buying salmon and crab.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vic and Edith gave Vernon Lane and Violet Hilaire up above, land up above there.
Mm-hmm.
And so where our campers used to camp up there.
Yeah.
So they started charging them to stay there. Then pretty soon the campers quit going up there. And so then they cut back on their price for the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And the campers were one that decided to use it once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the carnival's been going ever since 1946. Oh, and in the entertainment part of the establishment, Joe Hilaire, Herb John, Bobby Davis, they organized a dance group, cultural dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went around and talked to the young people. And I joined the dance group. I was 14. And they hired 15 boys, 15 girls, ages from 14 up to 25, 30, whatever, whoever wanted to dance. And we had a couple of veterans even participating. Spaghetti Tom, Ray Morris, George Cavey, good other guys. Anyway, there were some men that joined up, and we danced for the Amish, just like we do nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We danced just for a hamburger a day. It was good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And then we traveled around Puget Sound and up into Canada, and Herb John would give us $1 a day.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't care as long as we got to see something, you know.
Yeah.
They gave us free lunch
Yeah.
and $1.
Mm-hmm.
Now that went on for as long as like 10 years or more. They called it the setting sun.
Yeah.
Children of the setting sun. And And I grew up, graduated, joined the service, came back, went to work in Seattle, came back, and I started the Mother Earth Dancers.
Mm.
My grandchildren, my children were my dancers.
Yeah.
So we danced at the Squamish. That was back in 1970. And we've been dancing ever since,
Yeah.
dancing for the Squamish.
When are you guys performing this weekend?
Saturday and Sunday we dance at 2 o'clock
Alright.
after the parade.
Yeah.
Right, Saturday after the parade. Might be before, a little bit after.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep doing that. The tribe took over the Squamish from the committee. Our committee was Jimmy Wilson and Bev and I, and Roberta and their family, my family. And the tribe took it over back in 1990, I think. Took it over.
Yeah.
And they didn't know nothing about running. They ran themselves in the hole, $10,000. Girls are pulling their hair out, trying to figure out how to do things.
Yeah.
I asked them what the budget they got now. It's a $200,000 budget
Mm.
to run the Squamish. They didn't give us one penny when we were running it.
Mm.
But now they won't move until they get $200,000. I hope they make it.
Yeah.
It's too bad that they drifted away from the way the Legion did it, way back in the early days.
What's going
I
on?
guess that's progress.
What's
Yeah.
going down?
And the
Nothing going on.
The Legion's not organized too good anymore. David Jefferson is not the commander. I'm the commander.
Mm.
David Jefferson is the vice adjutant for the thing. He's in charge of the business part of this
Mm.
Legion. And he's doing a good job. He's there every day.
Yeah.
Transports veterans down to Seattle Hospital.
Yeah.
Transported to Seattle, Bellingham, wherever they need to go. Takes care of veterans.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing a good job of that, and that's good. The council gives him a little budget to operate on, pays him,
Mm.
pays him his salary, and uses some of the budget to put on dinners. Like we're gonna have a dinner. We have a dinner today, 5 o'clock dinner today at the casino for the
Veterans.
veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
veterans have dinner at 5 o'clock. So that kind of keeps the veterans interested a little bit to come to eat,
Yeah.
visit one another, talk about old times.
Yeah.
And then we have a breakfast here at Little Bear on Saturday morning
Mm.
with the veterans. They enjoy themselves.
Mm.
Some of them come, some of them don't. Sometimes we get 20, 30 veterans coming. We just about lost all our veterans from the World War II,
Mm.
Korea, Vietnam. We've lost quite a few veterans. Penny Hilaire, Clifford McCluskey, and Spaghetti Thomas left our veterans in World War II, Korea. I'm a veteran of Korea in the tail end of 1953,
Mm.
veteran of Korea. And I think there's only about another 4 or 5 of us that remain from the Korean conflict.
Mm.
And now there's quite a few Vietnam. Desert Storm and all of the little skirmishes that didn't come around.
Yeah. How old was you when you
When I went in, I
Yeah.
was 19.
19? Was it right out of
At
school?
Chamawa, yeah, I went to graduated Chamawa, went in service.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
No work. And so I just joined the service.
Mm-hmm.
Did my 4 years, got out, went to school down in Tacoma for a job at Boeing. I got a job at Boeing. Worked pretty good, but the pay wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
I was married, had 4 children, had to do something
Yeah.
to provide.
Yeah.
And I stayed at Boeing for 5 years. They would put me into the production line. I was in R&D, research and development before, and then they put me in production. I didn't like production work, so I came home. Just in time to start aquaculture back in 68, 69.
Yeah.
And so I kept working here. When I first got home, I went and got a job in Talco. I worked there for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I didn't like it. They were working on the pot knife.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to kill me off, so I left that. Got a job at Georgia Pacific. Stayed there for about 2 months. Didn't like that one, so I quit there and I went and I got a job at Noranda Copper Redraw back in Marietta with a Canadian outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Just built a new factory there. I was hired in as a overhead crane operator, picking up big ingots, bringing them out, put them on a big block,
Mm-hmm.
turn the ingots into copper pipe and tubing, anywhere from eighth of an inch to an inch and a half pipe tubing. That was pretty noisy.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed there just about 3 or 4 months. It affected my ears.
Oh, yeah.
So I left there to come back to the reservation. They were just getting ready for the aquaculture.
Mm-hmm.
So I knocked around and got a job driving gravel truck to build a dike. We built that whole dike out there.
Mm-hmm.
We built a little part first, then we built the whole thing close to Lummi Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Took us about a year, a little over a year. And all that was all done, and I got a job with building the raceways for the little young salmon.
Mm-hmm.
We built 4 round circular ponds and 2 raceway ponds, and got them all finished, and got the fish, put water in there, put the fish in there, and me and Jim Ellis was the only ones working there. And we tried making our own food, and that didn't work. We started buying fish food from that outfit down in Connor. I forget his name now. The little pellets provided food for us.
Mm-hmm.
Fed the fish, cleaned the ponds once a week, fed the fish over twice a day, kept them clean, grow them up to about 6 or 8 inches, and turn them loose.
Mm-hmm.
Turn them off. Go grow up now. And that went on I stayed there for about a year.
Yeah.
And I got a job in the housing manager. It was work, but it wasn't a very good paying job.
Mm-hmm.
It just barely enough to buy food for my family.
Yeah.
No money for recreation, no money for nothing. Hardly enough money to buy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 a year, and you can't live on that anymore.
Yeah.
Costs about $3,000 a month to live here now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky. 1974, I came home from, when I came home from, anyway, I borrowed some money and bought a little 15-foot skiff, river skiff. Bought a used motor and bought some net, went fishing. I used that little boat for about 2 years. And did pretty good fishing for silvers and kings and dogs here. And I made a little money, and when the boat decision started in 1974, I went and got a loan from the SBA, small business, in Seattle. Bought a 32-foot gill netter, fiber hull, drums, little drum on it and everything. Bought it from a fisherman from Alaska. He gave up fishing, but he couldn't make no money. So he sold me his boat, 3 nets for $28,000. And so I went out sockeye fishing. Did pretty good sockeye fishing. And $120,000 a year, I think I was making. King salmon, silver salmon down in Kingston, dog salmon down there in Kingston. Kept fishing all from June to January, February. Just steady fishing. And gradually, as the years went by, they kept shrinking our fishing season down. And I just last year they only got an hour or two to fish.
Yeah.
Crabs. Now this year they're expecting a big sockeye run.
Yeah.
There's 32 million fish coming back. 79,000 coming back, but the tribe is going to get 32 million fish. And Lummi's all excited about that because they got the biggest fleet. Them Flail and Swinomish. They're deer now. They're getting more, a lot of deer too.
Yeah.
That's how it looks at. Suquamish. Point no point. Clalams. Macaws. All the way from the streets. They have to divide up the run as it comes in. Clalams are getting greedy and they cut the lummies off over there at the Hind Bank. Can't go past the Hind Bank no more. So they were coming into our land, we kicked them out of our land, but they kicked us out of theirs. That was salmon war. But anyway, everybody's getting along okay.
Yeah.
Tribes are getting together and they're trying to stop the pollution
Yeah.
that's going on from the rivers and the shores of Puget Sound. Pollution at the state and the counties are dumping sewage and everything else into the water and killing our fish. So they just now woke up to that. Last year or two, and they're finally, the young people are finally getting that teaching biology, working with the state, and they get more education. They're waking up, and that really helps the Indian tribes.
Yeah.
Where the white people were taking advantage of them all these years.
Yeah.
Now they're waking up and going after their share. Trying to stop the whites from dumping all their crap into the water.
Yeah.
And then in the rivers too, they got farmers dumping all of their garbage and debris from their farming into the river. And that went way back to the 50s.
Yeah.
Dumping pea vines and everything into the water, killing our fish, messing up our nets. Couldn't catch no fish because the nets are all clouded with pea vines. And we fought that off, got them to quit doing that. Back in the 70s, 74 up to about 94, the Lummi tribe had the biggest fleet in the state of Washington.
Oh, wow.
We had about 29 fish hangers, about 400 or 300 gill letters.
Yeah.
Then they kept shrinking down every year. Now I don't know how many of that. Now I had a seiner too, and I did mine up.
Yeah.
Well, mine sunk. We fished up in Point Roberts with that caught in the riptide.
No.
It was about a 2-foot swell. The boat was rocking with this. And we drummed the fish up, dried up our net. And my drummer operator, he said, we can pull them over the stern. Bad move. Pulled them over the stern in a big bag. Boat was stunk. Took what, 3 or 4 minutes to think.
Yeah.
So I had to file bankruptcy for that.
Yeah.
Couldn't pay me to pull out. Then I leased a boat from Bar Bonby Fish 3 or 4 years. And gave that up too. There's no more fishing 3 days a week, 2 days a week. Got about a month to fish 2 days a week.
Yeah.
That didn't help me. I gave that up. Anyway, that's our establish is still going. It's getting bigger, I guess. It looks like it's getting bigger. The carnival was getting bigger. The carnival did reverse the thing on us. We have to pay them to come in now.
Yeah.
They were paying us to come in before, now we have to pay them. And then they take most of the profit from the ride.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
They don't hire our men, our young men to help running the carnival. They just don't do their part for us.
Yeah.
I don't know why the tribe even hires them. I mean, should negotiate a deal before they bring them in.
Yeah.
Hire them down there and say, well, we'll pay you. You pay us to come in and keep 50% of the take.
Yeah.
Only way to do it. Gotta lay your, put your foot down and hold it.
Thanks again for tuning into Lummi Nation News. Don't forget to be a friend to us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/LummiCommunications. Also, don't forget that today, Friday, will be the commencement ceremony at the Wecklium, tomorrow will be the parade, and on Sunday will be the war canoe races. Again, I've been Henry Hilaire. Aishka.